the world's most expensive pets. While preparing the script for this video, my cat sleeps on my lap and my 2 dogs are lying on the ground next to me. They're all rather distracting, and I wouldn't have it any other way. They cost me nothing, except a trip to the local animal shelter, and yet they've given me everything. Some pets are not as common, and definitely not as affordable, as you'll soon find out. 23. For Psyche Pegasus. This beauty certainly didn't start off life as a pet, and became the most expensive horse ever sold. He was an incredible racehorse, and throughout his racing career earned in the region of $2 million. When he was retired from racing, he became a sought-after horse for breeding, and was bought by an Irish breeder for more than $60 million. Sadly, things didn't go well in the breeding department, and he now resides in Kentucky, and is more of a pet than anything else. 22. Tibetan Mastiff. These gorgeous hounds have sold for as much as $582,000 for one, and in fact the most expensive one ever sold was bought for an eye-watering $1.5 million. These dogs are amongst the largest in the world, and were originally bred to guard livestock, palaces and monasteries. They can live up to 14 years, but just know that if you're going to keep one as a pet, you need lots of lovely open space, and they like to sleep during the day and bark a lot at nighttime, so you won't be too popular with your neighbors. 21. White Lion Cubs. While not the usual type of pet most people would keep, there are countries that do allow you to keep exotic pets, as long as you have the necessary paperwork. Brazil, China, Malaysia, for example, requires you to have paperwork to keep these animals as pets. White Lion Cubs can retail for $138,000 each. 20. Holstein Cow. The cost of a Holstein cow varies depending on region and the cow itself, but they usually sell for between $900 and $3,000 each. The most expensive Holstein cow ever sold was named Missy, who was bought by Canadian investors for $1.2 million in 2013. Apparently, this cow is so perfect, she's like the Claudia Schiffer of the cow world. She's also developed an incredible friendship with her owner's dog, and the two are said to enjoy quality time with each other every day. 19. Chinese Crested Dog. This is more of your conventional pet, as opposed to a cow with $1.3 million. But don't say that to the owner of the cow, who probably loves the cow more than some of his own family. These 10-pound pooches are generally hairless or have very little of the stuff, are super smart, agile, alert, make excellent pets, and are exceptionally loyal. But to enjoy all of those qualities, you'd need to shell out around $5,000 for one. 18. Bengal Cat. It's no secret that cats and dogs are by far the most popular pets around the world, with Americans owning 78 million dogs and 85.8 million cats. So you can only imagine worldwide stats. The domestication has been debated, but many believe it to be as early as the cave dwellers. A Bengal cat is a domestic cat that's been interbred with an Asian leopard, and they cost in the region of $3,000. Bengal cats are beautiful, elegant, large, and have the markings of a jaguar, which many believe to be worth the $3,000 price tag. 17. Stag Beetle. Certainly not your most common pet, but ask any kid if they'd like a stag beetle as a pet, and they'd probably all say yes. If you owned one that you spent $89,000 on, you'd probably sleep with it right next to you every night. The stag beetle is one of the rarest and strangest species in the world, and this particular one was over 3 inches long. 16. Palm Cockatoo. Native to New Guinea, Aru Islands, and Cape York Peninsula, the palm cockatoo has also been named the Goliath cockatoo or Great Black Cockatoo. They are in high demand in the pet trade, and one can be sold for as much as $16,000. 15. DeBraz's Monkey. For $10,000, you could be the proud owner of a rather unusual pet, a DeBraz's monkey. If you like the more unusual and this is the way you want to go, just note that you will spend a lot of money on the animal's grooming. Chances of you being able to own one in the USA are quite slim, but in other countries the laws are not as strict. These monkeys are quite shy and haven't had centuries of being domesticated, so they can still be rather dangerous. Their natural home is the wetlands of places like Uganda, Sudan, and Kenya, and both the male and female carry food in their cheek pouches when foraging. 14. Rams. I know, not many would consider keeping a ram as a pet, but the Texel Sheep Society considers rams to be among the elite of domesticated animals. So perhaps next time you're ready for a pet, you might consider a ram. However, if they all came with a $350,000 price tag, you might rather stick to getting a dog. 13. Hyacinth macaw. This exquisite parrot is native to Central and Eastern South America, and although they do make excellent pets, you have to be able to devote a lot of time to them. They're really a lot like toddlers, and even behave like them too. They have seriously strong beaks, and can even break open a coconut with them. Some have sold for up to $14,000, and if you're considering getting one, you need to get it a very specific, large, and extra strong cage, as they have been known to break out of regular parrot cages. 12. Lavender albino bull python. Snakes are often kept as pets, and the best one to keep are corn snakes, California king snakes, rosy boas, gopher snakes, and ball pythons. And if you have loads of money, then definitely consider a lavender albino ball python. One could be yours for $40,000. They're similar to white lion cubs in that they are a product of recessive genes. They have yellow markings, red eyes, and actually make excellent pets. 11. Toucans. As long as you have the proper license, it is legally possible to own a toucan as a pet. These birds come standard with large and colorful bills and usually reside in forests. They can lay up to 21 eggs at a time, and one could set you back $10,000. They also need a lot of attention and time, so if you can't provide either, then don't even consider getting one, as it would be very unfair to the toucan. 10. Bluefin tuna. I hear you, it's not a pet, but it's certainly worth a mention in terms of costings. The Pacific bluefin tuna became the most expensive fish in the world in 2013. One sold for $1.8 million in the Japanese market. These fish cross the Pacific Ocean to breed and eat, and can weigh as much as 550 kilograms. 9. Ayam Cemani chicken. This is the creme de la creme of the chicken world. The chicken that all the other chickens wish they could be like. They come from Indonesia, and they can cost $2,500 each. This fowl is literally all black, from the feathers to the bones, meat, and even the tongue. In a way, I'm glad they're not meant for eating, because I'm not sure if I'd be able to eat it. Do you? P.S. If you're wondering if the blood is black, sorry to disappoint, but it is a really dark shade of red. 8. Rhesus macaque. Monkeys seem to be gaining popularity when it comes to being kept as pets, and a rhesus macaque can cost you $3,500. These monkeys are sadly often used for testing, and they're rather easy to come by from breeders. You often come across videos of these animals as pets, and the signs which their owners believe are happiness, example, the monkey smiling, is actually the sign of the animal being in distress. Definitely not fair to be kept as a pet. 7. Chimpanzees. It's hard to imagine owning a chimpanzee as a pet, but again, people do, and it costs them dearly. One chimp can cost you $60,000, and although it might sound like a cool and unique idea, the reality is way different. By the time they're 5, they're stronger than most adults, and many chimp owners have been bitten badly, lost fingers, and endured facial disfigurements. 6. Homing pigeons. In 2013, a Belgian breeder named Leo Heremans sold his 530 homing pigeons for $6 million to various people in different countries. Amongst those pigeons was one named Bolt, aptly named after Usain Bolt, one of the greatest sprinters of all time. The bird fetched $400K alone. Sadly for Heremans, he contracted a virus from spending so much time with his birds that he was forced to sell them. There's a huge market for racing birds in China, and pigeon racing has become a very popular sport. 5. English Bulldog. $5,000 and one could be yours. English Bulldogs are one of the most expensive breeds in the world, and not only will it cost you dearly to buy one, but they are also expensive to care for. French Bulldog stud dogs are not able to breed naturally, as the hips on the male are too slim, making it impossible for him to mount the female. Therefore, artificial insemination and a cesarean section are necessary for breeding to take place. These dogs have all sorts of health problems on top of that, and their continued breeding is causing a lot of controversy for many animal lovers. 4. Samoyed dogs. These tough, strong, and competitive dogs are excellent family pets. The only part that's not so excellent is the price tag attached to them. They can cost up to $1,500 each, and just be sure to keep some cash aside, because these guys love to dig. So you need to be able to replace your grass and your flowers quite often. They're quite hard to breed, which is why they do cost as much as they do, but they're great for allergy sufferers as they are hyperallergenic. 3. White Bengal tiger. Like our white lion cubs, these tigers are generally not allowed to be kept as pets, but there are certain countries where they are. So if you have between $100,000 and $200,000 lying around, then you might consider this rare animal as a pet. Janice Haley from Florida keeps one white Bengal tiger and an orange Bengal tiger as pets in her back garden. 2. Siberian forest cat. These beautiful cats have been around since 1000 AD and cost between $1,300 and $1,600 for one. They have personalities quite similar to a dog and come from the taiga of Siberia, which is why they have such a thick protective coat. These cats only made their way to America in 1990 and became quite popular because they are also hyperallergenic. 1. Capuchin monkey. Keeping a capuchin monkey as a pet has become rather controversial, and although some states do allow you to keep them as pets, they really don't make the ideal pet. For $10,000, you could be opening yourself up to diseases that they transmit, like hepatitis or rabies. They also don't have a strong immune system and get ill quite quickly. Many capuchin monkey owners keep their pets in diapers and put leashes on them, and they are also bottle-fed. They are treated like babies for the 35 to 40 years they are kept in captivity.